Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's get it. Let's talk some baseball. I know this is a Saturday where we have a lot of action in college football. I do have my videos up for that if you want to check out my college football plays for today. But it is September 14th. Let's get into the Major League Baseball best bets, where I'll have three best bets for you guys. And that way we'll get down into it. We'll talk about some of the stuff going on in the major leagues as well. And we're going to just focus on a few games in this spot. We're not going to run the entire board. So try to keep this one a little bit shorter. Make sure you guys all stick around to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, perfect time to do so. Turn on that notification bell. And please check out the links down below if you want to become a channel member here. It's a great way to give back to the channel. Link for that, as well as my free Discord and obviously my X page. Make sure you follow me on that platform. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We're going to use Outlier for this video. Outlier is a tool that I use to basically make all my bets. This and oddsjam. If you don't have a subscription to both of these platforms, I think that you're personally putting a disadvantage on finding the best numbers out there, especially when you're betting a lot of bets every day. Don't pay for more when you could be making the best bet possible. We have all these apps and resources available. It really does put you in a better position. So if you want a 7-day free trial to check out what they have to offer, if you bet props, it's probably the best tool out there for props. I use them more for props and kind of the insights for a day-to-day basis, but more so than that, that's pretty much what I use it for. Okay, but let's get into it. I want to talk about the first game that we're going to have a play on, and this is the first one right on the odds board. But I will kind of mention the first game that pops up. That's Boston, New York. The total was set at 8.5. We've been pretty much strongly betting the unders in this, and this is one where we might get an over. Actually, finally, Garrett Cole and Brian Bayo going for the Red Sox Yankees. Taking that over 8.5, that would be a lean, but these games have been lower scoring, which is kind of interesting because it is being played in Yankee Stadium, where generally we do get more long balls, more runs. I just haven't seen that between this rivalry. Okay, so lean towards the under. All right, next one out there is the first official play that I'm going to give out. Pittsburgh, Kansas City. Okay, this one was a high-scoring affair yesterday, but we're going to get on board with the NRFI. Okay, so we're taking the no-run first inning bet. Kansas City and Pittsburgh. That's one where I think Mitch Keller and Michael Wacha get us out of the first, so lock it in. Pittsburgh at home, that's a very strong NRFI candidate as well. So I like the no-run first inning within that game. That's the one that I am going to be betting for today's matchups. Okay, we'll jump down a little bit. We'll talk about what's going on within the Mets in Philadelphia. This is a lean towards Philadelphia. The Mets need a win to make the playoffs. 81-66 in this kind of NL slugfest we get between these two clubs. The Philadelphia Phillies seem to be in 88-59. I love the Phillies at home. We have seen a lot of kind of steam within the Mets as of lately. They've been one of the hotter teams in baseball over the last course of month, 2 month time period. And now winning against Philadelphia 11-3. Look for a little zigzag. Kobe Allard, 2-0 on the season, 3.5 ERA. This is where I'm going to lean heavily on taking the Phillies here in this spot, minus 108. That's kind of a lean. It's not an official play, but I would lean towards taking the Phillies and kind of this coin flip where I think we get the better offense at home, minus 108. So that's always going to be a stronger lean. Okay, Corbin Burns and the Tigers. I'm going to stay away from this one. Corbin Burns, not liking his recency his form, but this is something where if you guys are going to bet Baltimore off a loss, the Tigers pitching staff used a lot of bullpen pitchers. They used a lot of arms. And they pretty much had a perfect game as a collective unit going late into that game yesterday. So Baltimore was one of my best bets yesterday that ended up losing 1-0. So I look for the bats to awaken a little bit. So I do like the Orioles here, and so does Vegas, minus 165. I'm not going to bet it, and I don't have enough confidence to take the run line, so I'm going to stay away from this game. Okay. The next game we're going to talk about, we're going to skip over a few of them. That is going to be the Athletics and White Sox. We got Chris Flexen and JT Ginn. We look at this game, and you can see right now what I'm talking about. It's minus 160 in terms of the money line for the Athletics. It's kind of the same story within the last game. Don't have enough confidence. I know fading the White Sox is always a strong play. Check what the weather's doing. Check where the wind's blowing for the White Sox. This might be an under 8.5 game. I do like the Oakland Athletics to win this. However, I don't like favoring them at a run line price, minus 1.5. I know it's plus money, basically get it in the even number, but for me, this would be a lean towards the under. All right. And then the second official play that I will be making here on the channel, this will be the Atlanta Braves. All right, the Atlanta Braves, led by Chris Sale. This is one where I look for them, 16-2. Cy Young, pretty much favorite, the darling. going against Jack Flaherty. And Jack Flaherty's no slouch since being acquired from Detroit Tigers. And I think this is one where this is a kind of precursor to what's going to happen, I think, in the postseason. I think the Braves get in. We look for the Dodgers, obviously, in the NL West. But I look for the Braves to get this one done with Sale. Anytime I get Chris Sale minus 120 or around that number, I'm going to be taking them. So this is just a stronger narrative, a stronger call to action for the Braves to win this game. They're at home, so I like Chris Sale to get this one done. He's going to go deep into the game, and let's take the Braves minus 120 as my second official best bet, okay? Another one worth talking about, the Cubs-Rockies. We were on the over yesterday. I think the game was like 14-5 or something, or we got 14 runs, 9-5. And Jameson Taillon and Kyle Freeland, I think we get all the same in this one. It's set at 11, so they kind of did react a little bit. But if you did want to get on the over 11, that's probably where I would lend towards in this game, but no official play. All right. And then the next one that we do have a play in, this will be the Diamondbacks and Milwaukee Brewers. So it's a big number. It's a bigger number when we talk about the Snakes here. We can find it best available at minus 142 over on DK. For me, it's going to be a Diamondbacks play all the way. I look for Arizona on the money line. I know it's a big number, but I think that they get it done. We look at what they were able to do yesterday, losing 2-1 till Milwaukee. But since then, they did take down the Astros. They did take down the Rangers in a 2-game series. So let's just kind of throw that one out of the way and take the Brandon Pfaadt-led Diamondbacks going against Tobias Myers. I think that the Snakes get it done at home, so I do like Arizona minus 142 on the money line, okay? And that's pretty much it. We got Verlander going for the Astros against the Angels, I should say, against Tyler Anderson. This is one where you want to bet Houston. They're hitting the baseball, but I just don't trust Verlander on the bump. That's kind of where I'm at. If you want to get into the over 8.5, fine, but I don't trust the Angels to get us there, so it would be solely one-sided. That would be kind of how I would lean to betting this. But the game we're going to talk about is the last one on the slate. This is going to be Texas and Seattle. We have Max Scherzer making his return, okay? And historically, he's always given up a lot of kind of, it's not been a smooth return to action. He doesn't really go, I don't look for him to go deep in this game. I do like the angle where we did see DeGrom actually have a great outing with his return, surprisingly. But we do have this game being played at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. So it's set at 6.5. I would favor the over 6.5 once more. Also, Seattle on the money line, we were on that yesterday, so we did cash that kind of both ways, where we had a great day in the MLB. Excuse me, but if I was going to attack this game, it would definitely be towards the over 6.5. Also, I do like the Scherzer over his earned runs. I think that's a number you can attack as well. Under strikeouts, that's kind of how I would approach this game. Seattle strikes out probably one of the most heavily striking out teams in Major League Baseball, but I think that number might be inflated. I don't think Scherzer goes that deep into the contest, and just don't know at his age how much effectiveness he's going to have. So I look for this game to go over 6.5, over Scherzer earned runs, and over under strikeouts for Scherzer. That's how I would approach it. So that'll wrap out my best bets. Here it is on the screen for you guys. We're just going to have 3. Like I said, make sure you check out my videos for college football, where I give you a lot of best bets in games that I'm targeting with today's contest within this Saturday slate for college football. But these are my 3 best bets in the MLB to conclude my September 14th rundown of this MLB card. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe on your way out, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.